After all these years, Scottie Pippen still trying to upend Michael Jordan. His jealousy and hatred for the greatest one to play the game. He has the audacity to say he didn't give Jordan his condolences after his father died.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right. But anyway, it's the reason why he said that. And the reason why he said that, other than the fact that he deserves the number 2 credit, which he hates. He said that because Michael Jordan secretly slept with his wife, Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen hated the fact that she had the number 2 guy in the game. Larsa Pippen felt she was the one that was supposed to have the number 1 guy in the game. Larsa Pippen hated the fact that Juanita Jordan name was bigger than hers, way bigger than hers, because she was the number 1. She was the first wife in the game, alongside the first player in the game at that time, Michael Jordan, born in Brooklyn, New York, the Fort Greene section of Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in the house. So Pippen always detested that fact. But Michael Jordan secretly slept with Scottie Pippen's wife many years ago when they was players on the same team. And Pippen knew it. He couldn't prove it, but Pippen knew it. Larsa wanted the number 1 guy. She did not come in the NBA to grab a guy up to be number 2. Larsa always felt in her heart she was number 1. So Pippen detested that. He detested that fact that he was number 2 next to Jordan because he knew what his wife wanted. So Jordan retires. Pippen has the chance to be number 1 in the league and couldn't do what Jordan did in all his years. Got past the Knicks. That's what certified Pippen's status as number 2. When Jordan came back, Pippen became superhuman once again and helped Jordan lead the Bulls to 3 more titles. Now, it's true they probably couldn't done it without each other. I would say that myself. Pippen needed Jordan. Jordan needed Pippen. But with them needing each other, Pippen had to settle for number 2. So deuces to him on that fact. The ace was Michael Jordan. He was number 1. You know what I'm saying? He got that Brooklyn blood in him. He got that Brooklyn hunger in him. Jordan wasn't going to settle for number 2 for nobody. Even if he had to. Maybe when he got older if he had to. But during his prime, Jordan was the top dog. And Larsa Pippen always loved that fact. So her loving that, she couldn't marry the number 1 guy in the league. So she had a fling with him. And Pippen hated that. So Pippen disrespect of Jordan's father. If I was Jordan, I would forgive him. Because I had something you couldn't keep. Larsa. And that's the way that go. I don't know if Jordan's wife knew about it. She knew about his infidelities, whatever. On the down low. But Larsa having Jordan as her number 1 trophy on her mantle really stirs Pippen's fire. Because he had to settle for the other guys. Michael Beasley, Future. She always looked for the number 1 stars. And Larsa got a nice little body. But she always felt she didn't have the body to be number 2. And I'm sure in a lot of ways, Pippen blamed Jordan for a lot of stuff that went on in his marriage too. So the way to get back at Jordan is to say he didn't give his condolences on his father. That's not even mean. That's not even cruel. That's some crab shizness. That's a crab move. That's a crab move from a crab person. All you did was knock yourself down further down the pole. Now we see why you was looking all sorry when your wife left you. Because you couldn't keep up with her. Larsa's a bad chick. After your career was over, after you made your 100+ million throughout your career and messed a lot of that money up, you still couldn't deal with the woman that hated you for being number 2. She wanted number 1. She really wanted Michael, but she knew she couldn't have him. So the consolation was she slept with him a couple of times. And you know that, Scottie, and you detest that. You hate that. So you gotta hurt Jordan any way you can. But really you can't. Really you can't. Jordan was just the number 1 guy. He was the number 1 go-to guy in NBA history, perhaps. When you discuss Jordan, you discuss Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the greatest. When you talk about Scottie Pippen, more or less, you're talking about Xavier McDaniel, Charles Oakley, the number 2 guys, John Starks of the NBA. And Jordan, you mentioned Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. You can't put Pippen in the same sentence as Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. He could have been their number 2 guys. And James Worthy was the better number 2 guy than Scottie was. James Worthy will gladly accept being the greatest number 2 of all time. And that's what Larsa really hated about Scottie. He wasn't man enough to be that number 1 guy. So please like and subscribe. This girl over here snoring. Please, hey. Stop that damn snoring. Please like and subscribe. Know what I mean? Scottie fell in love. He had a nice chick. He had the other marriage and the other fiance, Miss De Leon, whatever her name is. Scottie had 4 kids with Larsa. So she got the money for that. But one thing she never achieved was having the number 1 status, being married to the number 1 status. Yo, all that damn noise. So she had relationships with number 1 type guys or want to be number 1 type guys. And that's why Scottie is really mad at Jordan. Scottie just need to come clean and tell the world that Jordan slept with his wife. He'll feel much better. That's what he's hiding. And as long as he hide that, he's always going to hate Jordan because he always got to walk behind Jordan. He can't even fit Jordan's shoes. So he got to disrespect his father. Like, how low can you go? If I was Jordan, I would shake his hand and look him dead in the eye like, you bitch ass. You know what I mean? Because you had to go that low. But Jordan wouldn't say anything about Scottie's son that passed away. Then one of Scottie's sons passed away. Jordan is too much of a man to say anything about Scottie kids, whether they're alive or not. Jordan wouldn't even say nothing like that. You know why? Because he's the number 1 guy who knows how to walk in the number 1 shoes. And he's number 1, and he slept with the number 2 guy's wife. All them bulls. Craig Hodges. R. Kelly was hitting his wife. You know what I'm saying? All them guys, Jordan was pimping them guys for titles, and they disregarded their wives, and the other superstars was smashing it. And it's hard for them to take it. Please like and subscribe to my page. Yeah, Greg Hodges, you too. You had to settle for R. Kelly. You had to settle for the R. Know what I mean?